What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Celio's Network. Typically, I wouldn't be covering leaks and unofficially revealed cards from upcoming sets, but these do have competitive value since there's only one more North American event before Silver Tempest is legal, which is Salt Lake City, with Lost Origin being the newest set. But we will have LAIC and then two or three more regional events, maybe even more, before there are more sets released. This is happening because Lost Origin was released a month later than it typically would be in a regular release schedule, so Silver Tempest's release is much closer than it normally would feel. So there have been leaked cards from Silver Tempest, the set list, things like that. We still don't know the entire set list, or we do know the entire set list. We don't know every card from it, though, because not all of them have been leaked or revealed. So in this video, we're going to be discussing the events that Silver Tempest are going to be legal for. We'll look at some of the new cards, so spoiler alert, some leaked cards are ahead, and then we'll just talk about all of the cards that I think you need to know about from Silver Tempest, and this is good because Silver Tempest should not be too heavily too influential of a set for the competitive Pokemon TCG environment. And I think that's good because we have Scarlet and Violet coming out next year, very early, and we just had Lost Origin release, which was a heavily impactful set. So this will be a little bit of a lighter one, but there still are some cards that you're going to want to know about if you're going to some of these events in late 2022 or very, very early 2023. Before we get into the video, shout out to all my sponsors: Dragon Shield Sleeves, PotownStore.com, CardTrooperGames.com, Beast Coast Pokemon, and PokemonCard.io. You could find links, coupon codes, and more in the description down below. And be sure to follow me on Twitter, join my Discord, and subscribe to this channel for daily Pokemon and TCG content. So like I said, we're going to be covering the events that are going to be played in this format of Sword and Shield through Silver Tempest, the set list and the unrevealed cards of Silver Tempest, and then the impactful, leaked, and officially revealed cards from Silver Tempest. This is kind of just a primer to get you guys ready if you are competing in any of these events. So LAIC, my sources tell me that LAIC will have Silver Tempest legal. I was pretty sure because there's 2 weeks between the release date and the International Championships start date. So Silver Tempest will be legal for that. And Silver Tempest should be the newest main set for Toronto, Arlington, and San Diego. It might even be the newest legal set for tournaments past San Diego as well. But we don't know Scarlet and Violet's release, and we don't know when we are rotating the D block out of standard format, but I assume that will be around February. So this is the set list, the complete set list now from justinbasil.com. There was a leaked picture of a set list, I believe, that kind of helped fill in the spots here. So you'll see that there are a bunch of cards marked as unrevealed. Some of these have since been revealed and or leaked. And we will look at the ones that are somewhat important to look at, if not just to explain away what they are and say that they're not good, or, you know, this card might be interesting. But I do have these red arrows next to the ones that I would be still on the lookout for. We don't know what these cards do. Chestnut V, Victini, Zeraora, Skunk Tank V, Zygarde, Hisuian Arcanine V, and a supporter called Brandon. We don't know what these cards do yet, to my knowledge. There's some other cards we don't know what they do, like Ponyta, Spinarak, Rapidash. These cards are probably going to be non-impactful, but I put arrows next to the ones that I think could have potential to be impactful, because they're either like a legendary Pokemon that's a rare card, or they are a V card, or they are a supporter card. Other than that, a lot of this set list has been revealed now, so we know we're not getting other Radiant Pokemon in the set. We know there's no more special energies, no more supporters, no more things like that that could potentially really shake up the game. So I feel like it's pretty safe to say that Silver Tempest will add a few things to the format, but really be a supplemental set where Lost Origin brought entire new decks and entire new mechanics and engines into the game. So these are some of the leaked cards. We've got Candace, a supporter card. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal any number of water Pokemon and water energy cards you find there and put them into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. Regenerative energy. If it's attached to a Pokemon, it provides colorless. Whenever you play a Pokemon from your hand to evolve the Pokemon V this card's attached to, heal 100 damage from that Pokemon. Primordial Altar. Once during each player's turn, that player may look at the top card of their deck. They may discard that card. And Quad Stone. You may use 4 of these at once. If you used 1, heal 10 damage from your active. If you've used all 4, heal all damage from all of your Pokemon. So honestly, I don't think any of these will see impactful competitive play. Maybe there'll be a deck that runs like 1 Candace, or a deck that runs like regenerative energy because of some weird strategy of like tanking with their basic Pokemon first. Primordial Altar, maybe something that needs things in the discard, and Quad Stone potentially for some sort of tanking deck, but I don't think any of these cards really matter too much. I kind of just wanted to show them as these are some of the cards that were leaked. These are some of the cards we don't know about from this set, and they're nothing too special for the game. So again, I've been saying I think Silver Tempest will be a very light set on adding things to competitive, and I think that's good because I love the Lost Origin format, and I think the Lost Origin format's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of things to explore in it. And there's a lot of variety in what decks you can play. So fingers crossed that Silver Tempest format will just be like Lost Origin with a couple of things added on. And then starting the impactful cards that have been revealed. Again, these are translations from justinbasil.com and also pokebeach.com. So thank you to those resources. We have Lugia VSTAR. It has the Assemble Star VSTAR power ability. You can choose up to 2 colorless Pokemon from your discard pile and put them onto your bench, except for Pokemon with a rule box, of course. So Archeops is the main thing that people are thinking to pair with this Lugia. It has the Primal Turbo ability. You once a turn, you could search your deck for up to 2 special energies and attach them to one of your Pokemon. So if on turn 2 you can get 2 Archeops in your discard and then pop Assemble Star and then use Primal Turbo, you could technically search out 4 powerful colorless energies and attach them all to your Lugia V-Star, and then its attack is doing 300 damage every time. Because of that, you could also use the V Guard energies. You could use, double turbo, so you have to attach less energy to it, things like that. I think this is a strong combination. It does seem like it runs out of steam very quickly, though. After the first Lugia goes down, you lose your 4 powerfuls or your 3 powerfuls plus V Guard. So we'll have to see. I have not started testing any of these cards yet. That's a little in the future, but these are cards to look out for sure, because Lugia V-Star Archeops is a combo that they're obviously pushing and that they're obviously trying to make an archetype out of. We also get 2 new Radiant cards in this set, Serena and Alakazam. Serena's Graceful Healing. Once a turn, you may heal 20 damage from each of your Pokemon. I actually think this could be good against like the Lost Zone box decks. If your deck doesn't already have a Radiant Pokemon that it kind of needs to play, and that's kind of the thing, right? Like, is this ever better than Radiant Greninja? Because Radiant Greninja is going to be good in every matchup because you get to draw cards, but Radiant Serena is only going to be good against things that are doing chip damage and spreading damage and things like that. So a very niche card, but it's nice to have it as an option. And then we also have Radiant Alakazam with the Spoon of Pain, that where you can move up to 2 damage counters from one of your opponent's Pokemon to another of their Pokemon. Very cool. I'd like to see something come out of that because I think it's a really neat ability to have on a basic Radiant Pokemon. Alolan Vulpix V-Star, very low on HP, but it has the Snow Mirage attack 160. it goes through effects, so this attacks damage isn't affected by effects on your opponent's active, and then during your next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon with abilities. Alolan Vulpix V-Star has seen a little bit of play over in Japan, I believe. I've seen some deck lists playing thin lines of it. And then V-Star Power Silver Star, 70 for each of your opponent's Pokemon V in play. And that's a free attack. So Silver Star can do like 280 for free. Uh, I think that's very strong. Of course, it's going to come down to, does your deck already play a V-Star power that it wants to use every single game? Is this ever better than it? Is it ever worth putting it into your deck? The Alolan Vulpix V also has a pretty okay attack. It has a free attack that hits a V Pokemon for 60 damage, I believe. So you can get some uses out of both the V and the V-Star. There are two of these new Seal Stone tools, or Stone tablet type thing tools, that give something a V-Star power. I think this is the more playable one out of the two. During your turn, you could search your deck for any one card, put it into your hand, yada yada. It gives you half a star burst. You attach to one of your V Pokemon, that's your V-Star power that you can use for the game. Um, it's fine. Serena is being played in a fair amount of decks over in Japan where they already have this card. You can choose to do one of these. You either discard up to 3 cards from your hand and then draw until you have 5, or you Boss's Orders one of their V Pokemon, but it has to be a V Pokemon. And then Leafy Camo Poncho might be interesting. It's at least good to know about. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is a V-Star or V-Max, it prevent all effects of your opponent's supporter cards done to that Pokemon. So essentially, they can't Boss's Orders it up if it's a V-Star or a V-Max and it has a Leafy Camo Poncho on it. And then this is the last slide. We've got V-Guard Energy. It only works, you can't apply this effect more than once, keep in mind, but it provides a colorless energy, and the Pokemon it's attached to takes 30 less from attacks of your opponent's Pokemon V. This is really good, especially for decks that want to tank damage, like something like Hisui and Gooch or V-Star, or maybe even the new Lugia V-Star, since you can just search this out with the archetypes and put it onto there, and give it that extra damage reduction. Then we also have the Regieleki V-Max and Regidrago V-Star. We went into detail on these in yesterday's video and the day before's video. Also looking at some possible deck lists for these new Regis. And then the Dragonite, of course, was also included in the Regidrago V-Star breakdown because it can be a potential attacker. I do think Regieleki VMAX could make a Vikavolt V Regieleki VMAX deck something that's in the meta. And I do expect Regidrago V-Star to be kind of like a Regidrago V-Star toolbox of attackers style deck. Not sure how great either of these will be. Again, this is all theory, but I do think those will be decks that are around. And that's everything for today. So thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time here on Celio's Network.